Go on, Skipper George.
Blackpot, Coco Show, man.
This is the Blakk Pot. Next story. Now the next story we are looking at says what? Watch it. Russian oil hiding in Ghana. Hey. Now the president of the Republic of Ghana is Nana Akufo-Addo. This man went to America only last year at the All Africa President Summit. Over there, he made it clear that he does not support Russia's invasion of Ukraine. He made it clear that Ghana is not a friend of Russia at this time. Are we not shocked that Russia is bringing oil into this country? Remember, the president also talked about the fact that, Burkina Faso, in fact, they have some Russian tax in there. And the president was scared that these tax might be finding their way into Ghana. He didn't like that. So hearing about Russian oil hiding in Ghana, I think we need details, don't we? Run the story. It says confusion over Russian 600,000 barrels of crude shipped to Ghana. The Herald is picking up mixed signals as to the real owners of the 600,000 tons of Russian fuel which has been shipped and stored in Ghanaian tanks, revealed by the international business news network Bloomberg. Come here. Hey! Whilst some have linked the consignment to a Tema-based company by name Platon, others have sought to tie it to the government of Ghana, saying Platon doesn't have the capacity to take delivery of such huge consignment, as the company can only refine a paltry 20,000 tons. The Herald's checks on the current position of Tesos, the crude oil tanker carrying the huge consignment, said it is at West Africa, reported 8 days ago by AIS. Now the vessel is en route to GH Tema, and GH Tema means Ghana Tema, sailing at a speed of 12.7 knots and expected to arrive there on February 24 at 12 midnight. The vessel, Texas, blah, 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 is a crude oil tanker built in 2006, 17 years old, and currently sailing under the flag of St. Kitts and Nevis, an island country and microstate located in the West Indies. But the development has raised concern on the claim that Deputy Energy Minister Ejapa Mercer had recently announced that the Tema oil refinery tour was going to start refining crude oil. Hence, the fuel is being linked to the government as what the minister talked about. However, industry players have sought to link the owners of the 600,000 tons of Russian fuel consignment to Platon, which has been linked to both the Chinese as well as some Eastern European countries, are of the view that even if Tor does not own it, it will eventually be refining and selling it in Ghana, since it has the capacity to do. There are, however, questions being thrown around as to why Ghana will be taking delivery of Russian fuel through President Nana Akufo-Addo. In fact, although Nana Akufo-Addo, the president, has openly spoken against Russia's military operations in Ukraine, with Ghana voting twice at the United Nations in disapproval of the Russians. The second question is, what will be the reaction of Western countries to Ghana? Over 600,000 tons of fuel from Russia, especially so when the country is begging the International Monetary Fund for a $3 billion bailout. Many believe there could be sanctions if it's established that Ghana had received the fuel, which is yet to be pumped out of the Tesos. Dash it away. Come here. Look, there's a ban on Russian fuel. There is a big ban on the fuel from Russia. Any country that decides that we do not support the invasion of Ukraine will come under one umbrella to unleash sanctions on Russia, including refusing to take any goods from Russia. So if Ghana can openly come out and say, we have voted twice against Russia's invasion of Ukraine, asking the American people like a house nigger to help Ghana to fight Wagner. You remember Wagner? Right there in Burkina Faso. In fact, those snipers from Nigeria, from Russia, how on earth would Ghana be accepting Russian fuel? Is Ghana that desperate? Is Ghana losing trust for America? Has Ghana become that desperate to the point that it's all about do or die? Our economy must work. It doesn't matter who helps us. We trusted the Americans to do it, but it looks like the Americans are dilly-dallying with us. The Americans directed us to the IMF, ready to help us work out. But what the IMF has started doing right now is nothing but a mockery of our people. Why don't we go back to the Russians? Is Ghana going to vote yes for the Russian invasion of Ukraine next? Think about it. 600,000 tons of crude oil is in Ghana. The only people who would be able to refine this oil, Tor in Tema. That's Tema Oil Refinery. Not Platinum from China, no. Is Ghana hiding behind some curtains and flirting with Russia? Remember, Ghana has become so desperate, running around and looking for help left, right, and center. The last time we heard about Ghana, in fact, they were busily asking the German ambassador to Ghana to beg China to come and help Ghana cancel debts for Ghana. Where is the Russian oil? Are we safe with this oil? Is Russia ready to forgive Ghana for all the things Ghana said about her? Has Ghana lost trust for America? Is Ghana ready to throw its hands in the air desperately? These are questions me and you would answer. In the interim, this is the Blakk Pot, aka Kukushonamo, where we speak truth to power. Is Ghana losing interest in the American promises? Remember, Joe Biden promised to help Africa get out of the quagmire. Has Ghana waited for too long and nothing is happening? Now the 600,000 tons of oil, is it in Ghana? Where is it stashed in Ghana? Come along, let's find out. All right, so this is from My Joy Online. Where is the Russian oil stashed in Ghana? Who procured it and for what? So where is the 600,000 barrels, not even tons, barrels of crude oil from Russia that arrived at the Tema Harbor? And who procured the cargo and for what purpose? Three central questions have emerged since Bloomberg broke the story that a cargo of Russian oil is heading for storage tanks in Ghana. The questions have become critical because of the clarity with which the sector regulator, the National Petroleum Authority, NPA, had declared any Russian oil business illegal. Let it be stated emphatically that Ghana is in with the international community on not doing business with Russia. The NPA Chief Executive, Dr. Mustafa Hamid, declared recently at a media briefing. We said that before we went on that short break. continued. So it cannot be the case that the NPA has sanctioned the docking or betting of a Russian vessel. It is not possible. We are not. Be assured, going to grant permission to any Russian cargo to bet on our shores. That has to be explicit, unequivocal. Yet Joy News can confirm that the Russian vehicle Tesos betted at the Tema port on February 28, 2023, 4 days after Bloomberg said it will arrive. Sources at the state-owned Tema oil refinery tour have since told Joy News that the facility has delivery of 600,000 barrels of Russian crude oil in their tanks. Wow. Did you hear that? It says sources at the state-owned Tema oil refinery have since told Joy News that the facility has taken delivery of 600,000 barrels of Russian crude oil in their tanks. Another source at the NPA, however, insists they have not yet allowed the vehicle to discharge its crude because of concerns over its Russian origin. They are investigating the issues, but in the meantime, they are convinced the true origin of the oil is Kazakhstan and not Russia. That's it away. Shegu Barai, Tamboroba. Hey! All of a sudden it's from Kazakhstan. Because you want to eat it, even if it's a stone, you say it's bread. My brother, my sister, this is politics. You saw the quote. Oil can be separated from what? Gas. But in the same vein, oil can never be separated from politics. This is where we are. Ghana is desperate. Ghana is ready to go with anybody who is ready. When a country reaches that level, it means we are finished. Dash it away.
Go on, skip a judge.
Blakk Koku Show, man.